Hey, fellow problem solvers, Colfax Math here. I got a question in the comments like, what is algebra? So I thought I'd just do a short video on what algebra is. And I'm going to start really right at the beginning just to see if we could kind of make sense of this before we move on into it. So the first thing we have is we have all of these operations. There's always an operation and then an undo operation. If you're driving a car, you got gas. The undo is the brake, right? You're screwing in a bottle top, you got clockwise, the undo is counterclockwise. So you have all these operations, and then you have these reverse operations. A reverse operation is called an inverse. So in math, we have these operations, and then to undo those operations, you have inverse operations. So if my operation is addition, my inverse is subtraction. If my operation is multiplication, my inverse operation is division. If my operation is squared, my inverse operation is square root. If my operation is to some power, the inverse is logarithmic. If my operation is sine, my inverse is inverse sine. So I have these operations and I have these inverses. I know we're going to talk about algebra. So the first thing you need to do is really understand the order of operations. And the way to understand that is a mnemonic device called PEMDAS. And this is really going to be one of the most important pieces of algebra. This means you always do parentheses first. This means you do exponents next. Then you do multiplication and division equally, working left to right. Then you do all your additions, subtractions equally, working left to right. So before we even go into algebra, let's just take a look at an expression with no letters in it. So if I have 5 plus 2 quantity squared minus 3 times 6. Before I do this, this is an expression. And what I need to do here is follow this order of operations. So the first thing I do is I do my parentheses. 5 plus 2 is 7 squared minus 3 times 6. After I do that, I go to my exponents. 7 squared is 49. 49 minus 3 times 6. Then next, I go to multiplication or division left to right. So I do not do 49 minus 3. I got to do my multiplication first. So I have 49 minus 3 times 6 is 18. And then now I do my addition subtraction. So 49 minus 18, what is that? 31. I haven't really solved for anything. All I've done is kind of combine my numbers following this order of operations. So hopefully you have that down in your notes. PEMDAS, some people remember it as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But that's really the first thing you need to understand before we jump into what algebra is. There's an operation, and then there's an inverse to undo it. Next, now I have an unknown, and I don't know what that thing is. I'm trying to figure out what that thing is, so I'm going to just call it X. You don't really use that letter X in the alphabet for too many things unless you have a xylophone at home. So I am going to introduce an unknown, something I don't even know what it is, and I'm going to say it's X. And now I got 3 of these things plus 2 more of these things minus 5 times 10. This is not an equation. This is an expression. There is no equal sign, and I can't solve this at all. All I could do is simplify it, just like fractions. So all I could do is simplify it. The way I simplify it is I put the same things together. Well, I got 3 of these unknowns plus 2 more of them. So I got 5 of them. So I have 5x. And then remember, I can't subtract 5. I got to do this first. Negative 5 times 10 is negative 50. These are dissimilar things. They cannot be combined. Okay? I have an expression. All I do is simplify that expression. That's all I could do. So really, the only thing that algebra really is I got 3 of these things plus 2 of these things. The idea that I don't know what it is why I call it x. Okay? One thing I could do with this expression is say, actually, I'm going to tell you what x is. I'm going to let you know that this is an expression. Solve for the value if x is equal to 3. Well, now that I have a value for x, I can take that value for x, plug it in there. 5 times 3 is 15 minus 50, negative 35. Okay, I'm still following my order of operations. Again, this is an expression. I can't solve anything unless I'm given a value of x. Usually you just simplify an expression. And you could build on all of your operations, square roots, squares, a lot of different things in your expressions. But usually you're simplifying an expression or given a value for your unknown, plugging it in. Now that takes us to equations. So what an equation now is an equal sign. So now I have 3x plus 2x is equal to, let's say, negative 50. Okay? This is an equation because it has an equal sign. Here, the only thing I could really do in my expressions is follow my order of operations and multiply by factors of 1. Right? I can't really change it. Here, I could do whatever I want, and here's a golden rule of algebra. I could do whatever I want as long as I do it to both sides of that equation. I can multiply this by 7 million as long as I multiply this by 7 million. Now I just kind of follow my rule book to figure out what to do. First thing I want to do is get all my similar things together. I have 3 of these plus 2 of these is equal to this. All I'm doing here is combining them. I have 5x equals negative 50. So I haven't done anything yet. But the goal of algebra is to have the single variable. That x is called a variable because it varies. It could be anything. And I want to get it by itself. So how do I get it by itself? I have to use my inverse operation, right? We talked about operations and inverses. This is multiplying. So to get rid of a multiplication, I got to divide. Well, I'm going to divide my left side by 5. Well, if I divide my left side by 5, I got to do that to the right side as well to keep this balance. 5x divided by 5 cancels. That gives me x by itself. Then I got to divide this side by 5 as well. X is by itself. Negative 50 divided by 5 is negative 10. That's it. What is the value of x in this equation? X is equal to negative 10. Let's see if that's even true. I take that value in negative 10 and I plug it in here. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. Take that negative 10 and plug it in here. Negative 20. Negative 30 plus negative 20 is negative 50 equal to negative 50. Yes, it is. So I was able to use my rules of algebra to solve for my variable x. That's really all algebra is. All right. But like everything, understanding that big idea is always the first step, the most important step. And then you just build on that idea and build and build and build. I mean, you could build on that idea for years and get really complicated. But I just want you to remember right now where we started. We had operations and inverse operations, and then we had order of operations. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an equation and ask you to solve it, right? So let's say I have 3x plus 10 is equal to 2x plus 5. Okay? I got to use my reverse operations to solve this. Well, I think I want to get all my x's on the left and all my numbers on the right. Remember PEMDAS? The thing about PEMDAS is now I am solving an equation. So I am going backwards. I got to do all my addition and subtractions before I do my multiplication and divisions, before I do my exponents, before I do my parentheses. My operations is PEMDAS going forward. My inverse is going backwards. So I got to start with addition and subtractions. Well, I want to get rid of this 10. I do whatever I want, as long as I do it to both sides. So I'm going to subtract 10 from the left. I'm going to subtract 10 from the right. I can only combine similar things, numbers or x's. So now I got 3x plus 10 minus 10. Those cancel, giving me 3x by itself. My equal sign comes down. I got 2x plus 5 minus 10. 5 minus 10 is 2x minus 5. All right? I still got addition and subtraction going on here. So I got to subtract to get rid of those things. I want all my x's on the left. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Again, I do whatever I want, as long as I do it to both sides equally. 3 of these apples minus 2 of these apples is 1 of these apples. X, equal sign comes down. 2x minus 2x is 0, and x is equal to negative 5. That's my answer. So I know my operations, and I know their inverses, right? Then I know my order of operations, but to isolate my variable x, I have to go backwards. Let's even see if I did this correctly here. X is equal to negative 5. I take that, plug it in here. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15 plus 10, negative 5. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 plus 5. Negative 5 equal to negative 5. Yes, it is. I solved that correctly. So the goal of this video is for you to kind of understand what we're doing, understand what algebra is. The next step is to do a ton of practice problems, building on skills you already know, right? So let's do a little more complex one here. Let's say now I have 5 of these x's plus 2 of these x's minus 3 is equal to 3x times 2 plus 7. So pause the video, give this one a try. All I'm doing right here is combining similar things. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll leave it here. So first thing I do is combine similar things. I got 5 of these and 2 of these. That's 7 of them. I can't combine that. That's a dissimilar thing. I got to do my parentheses. 3x times 2 is saying I got 3 x's. I got 3 apples. Now I got 2 times as many. So that means I got 6 of them plus 7. So in multiplication, I could do dissimilar things, but in addition, I can't. Now I have all this. I can't do anything else. So now what I'm going to do, this one worked out to be pretty easy. I want to add 3 to both sides. And I'm going to do a couple steps in one here, and I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides at the same time. Do whatever I want, as long as I do it both sides of that equation. 7x minus 6x is 1x. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 6x minus 6x is 0. 7 and 3 is 10. X is equal to 10. Here's my answer. Let's do another one here. And it doesn't have to be x, it could be anything. I could say 2y plus 7 times 3 is equal to 21. Well, I don't have any addition or subtraction here, but I do have multiplication in parentheses. So I got to save this for last. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm multiplying by 3, trying to get my variable y by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. That's going to get rid of that. I like that. If I do that to the left, I got to do it to the right. Well, now I have this gone, so I have 2y plus 7 is equal to 21 divided by 3? Well, 21 divided by 3 is 7. So I have 2y plus 7 is equal to 7. Now I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. But before I even do that, what does y have to be for this to be true? Well, for 7 equals 7, this has to be 0. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Run out of room here. I think I'll move it up to here. That's going to give me 2y is equal to 0. Divide both sides by 2. These cancel. Y is by itself. 0 divided by anything is 0. My solution is 0. Let's see if that even works. I take that 0 and I plug it in here. 0 times 2, 0. 0 plus 7, 7. 7 times 3, 21. That's what I was asked to solve. So that's just a quick overview of what algebra is. You really kind of want to think about it, let it soak in, understand what you're doing. The reason why it's so valuable and why so many employers always want you to have algebra is it's a hard idea, the idea of solving for something you don't know. But then after you get that idea in your head, then the order of operations, the operations and their inverses is just like a logical sequence process. If you could do this, you could solve any kind of problem logically. All right, hit that subscribe button. That's what really helps me build this channel. Thank you.